Hi. Most of us have at least one very odd relative. Mine was a man I always knew as uncle, actually great uncle, Foulproof. Yes, I said foul-proof. His story involves the male anatomy, but has nothing to do with congressmen, the clergy, or football coaches. Foulproof Taylor of Brooklyn, New York, quirky as he was quite likely the man who saved the sport of boxing from extinction. Our tale begins a long time ago in the 1920s. Prohibition was in force, and boxing had become a great social occasion. Jack Dempsey and Gene Tunney were superstars, but boxing had a problem. Fights then could be won or lost by a single low blow. Hit a boxer in his most private parts, and the injured boxer, the man doubled over in pain, automatically won the match. Importantly, low blow wins also meant, in the gambling underworld, that all bets were canceled. As the 20s roared on, more and more fights were decided by low blows, many of them dictated by mobsters sitting ringside, and if they feared their man was losing, they would give the signal, and their man would foul the opponent, thereby losing the match, but canceling all bets. Enter James P. Taylor, 5 feet 6 and 125 pounds, with a wild shock of white hair that added at least 2 inches to his height. He was a cable operator by day and a member of the Metropolitan Opera Chorus by night. Originally from England, every morning he drank a quart of Guinness stout, followed by a quart of ale. Then he had breakfast, cornflakes with water. Oh. In the afternoon, he drank a quart of buttermilk, saying he let all those liquids fight it out. He also was a world champion sack racer, and he bragged, he had a solution for low blow fouls in boxing. In 1926, Great Uncle Jimmy had insulted an opera colleague, easy to believe, who responded with a knee to the groin. Jimmy vowed never to be hurt like that again. He designed a protective cup, a sort of heavy-duty jockstrap out of aluminum and rubber cigars. He wore it most nights at the opera. 2 years later, hearing boxing fans complain about low blow decisions, Jimmy updated his design, adding foam rubber, and announced he had made the first reliable protective cup for boxers. To promote his cup, Taylor began calling himself Foulproof, a name he used for the rest of his life. He tried to see members of the New York State Athletic Commission, James P. Farley, chairman, but somehow appointments never were available. So Foulproof traveled to gyms and training camps, not asking for appointments, but simply barging in with a sassy confidence and daring anybody who would listen to kick him or hit him below the belt. He was tossed out of a number of places. But he also was so irritating he received lots of low blows and a bit of notoriety. Foulproof told us later that in his lifetime he had been fouled 30,000 times. Incidentally, no surprise here, Foulproof and his wife Margaret never had children. Foulproof Taylor's invention was given no credence until June 12, 1930. Just imagine this. 80,000 people were in Yankee Stadium to watch Germany's Max Schmeling fight America's Jack Sharkey for boxing's heavyweight championship. Schmeling wins in the 4th round while lying curled up on the canvas, the victim of a low blow. All boxing hell broke loose, including calls to ban the sport. The very next week, Foulproof Taylor was invited by the New York State Athletic Commission to finally officially demonstrate his invention. Foulproof was pummeled again, but proved his point and came up smiling. Before the year was out, boxing rules were changed. Low blow fouls were still against the rules, but they could no longer decide an entire match. Protective cups were in. Foulproof was ecstatic and claimed he was the man who saved boxing. The Brown Bomber, Joe Louis, wore a Foulproof cup in every match. And Primo Carnera, another heavyweight champion, also wore a tailor-made cup. Foulproof said Primo Carnera, 6'5" and 270 pounds, was hung like a horse and required a size extra, extra large. Sadly, several companies invented their own cups, thereby skirting Foulproof's patent. And Foulproof, hand-making his cups, didn't get rich. Not to be deterred, however, our relative went on to develop and demonstrate other protective items. Leo DeRocher hit Foulproof over the head with a baseball bat to test the Foulproof bean-proof cap. A movie newsreel crew once caught Foulproof and his new football helmet charging headfirst into a wall and denting the wall. My mother, still in her 20s, was a test subject for the Foulproof bra made for lady wrestlers. Foulproof charged her headfirst in the chest, and she never forgot the experience. The last time I saw my great-uncle, he was 75 years old and on television, having a sack race against Johnny Carson and winning. Sometime in 1970, Foulproof contacted all the sports writers in New York. He told them that the man who saved boxing was in the hospital. He died just 2 weeks later. I don't like boxing, but here we are in Las Vegas, now the boxing capital of the world. I have this to say to all Las Vegas boxers. Look in your shorts. If a body part in there is in pristine condition, you can thank a little guy from Brooklyn, New York, my own great uncle, James P. Foulproof Taylor. See you next time.